What's going on, everybody? It's Ginger on Wheels here again. Thanks for stopping by the channel where we get to test and unbox the latest electrically wheeled gadgets. What you see before you here is the Kaabo Wolf Warrior King. It's so big that it cracked the pavement. No, not really, but it's huge. It's about 5 feet long. So this is a huge box. I'm unboxing it outside because I don't have a room in my house big enough to do justice to this unboxing. So I'm really excited. It's a beautiful day, and this is clearly an off-roading scooter, and we're gonna do exactly that today. But first, we gotta get it out of the box. Let's unbox the Kaabo Wolf Warrior King after months of waiting. Huge shout out to Voro Motors for providing this scooter for review and unboxing. I love them so much. If you guys are interested in the Kaabo Wolf Warrior King, definitely go check it out at voromotors.com. I've got a link in the description you can use to check it out if you want to support the channel, and there's a coupon code in there too. Ginger Kaabo, you get 50 bucks off. All right, so here we have got the user manual, the Wolf Warrior New. Inside, and this is one of the things that I love about Voro Motors, is they give you a checklist of safety items that they've checked for you before they ship the scooter, so you can make sure that most of the things on the scooter are in working order before you get it. But keep in mind, things do get damaged during shipping sometimes, so you got to make sure that it's all in working order first. So these are the covers that go over the lug nuts on the wheels. This is the emblem that goes on the front of the scooter, and then they give you the multi-tool that you get with basically every scooter you buy. I was so excited I didn't even get the Ginger on Wheels box cutter out. This is the wall end of my charger, the actual charger itself. Let's see how fast it is. It is a 84 volt output. That's the full charge on a 72 volt battery, and it's a 1.5 amp charger. We have a 28 amp hour battery and a 1.5 amp charger, so you do the math there, how many hours it takes to charge. Two big, huge pieces of foam on top of the scooter, and then inside the Kaabo Wolf King. Wow. Oh, I got the street tire version. Okay, we're still gonna off-road it. This will be interesting though. Dang, okay, let's go ahead and get this thing out of the box. Okay, the major challenge for everybody is lifting this thing out of the box. If you're smart, you can cut the tape on the bottom and lift the box up, and the wolf will just fall out the bottom, but I'm gonna see if I can lift it. Lifting back out first, and then front maybe works. Wow, I got it out. I got it out. Oh my. You know how I was talking about how much I love Voro Motors? Wow, that is amazing. Thanks, guys. Tearing up a little bit over here. One thing I saw on the Highboy Titan Pro that I really liked was reusable packaging. So Kaabo, if you're watching this, you guys should look into that. Get some cardboard reusable packaging. Because it's not a big deal when you get one scooter, but when you've unboxed 15 and they have huge chunks of foam like this, it gets kind of depressing. I'm not dumb, I know where it all ends up. Okay, let's take the plastic off, shut up. Okay, let's cut the bubble wrap around the handlebars here. Hopefully the folding pin has been adjusted somewhat so I can just do this relatively easily. I almost missed something in the bag here. Be careful if you're unboxing it as quickly and as excitedly as I am. My locking pin. You need this pin to fold the scooter. So one of the most challenging things on the Kaabo Wolf Warrior is getting this latching mechanism to cooperate. It takes some finicking and adjustment. My other one did too. It's the same design, so. Okay, so I backed off this lug nut about a half a rotation and the barrel nut. And now you can see when the scooter's folded upright, I'm able to push the nut down into its secure location and then push the folding latch down. So you want to have this bolt and this barrel nut as tight as you can have them before this latch won't push down anymore. So you want to make sure it's nice and snug. All right, whew, that was work, but we've got a nice secure latch now. You know how people are always talking about the chain breaking off on the pin? Mine broke off before I even got to put it in the scooter. But yeah, this will break off pretty much on every Wolf. And I recommend replacing this with a 3/8 inch eye bolt that'll go through this whole thing. And you can secure it on the end with a wing nut. And it makes it takes the strain off the folding mechanism on really hard pulls. It'll pull on the wing nut and eye bolt first. And then if that snaps, which it shouldn't, then it'll put strain on the actual folding mechanism. So it's just like a double redundancy safety measure. If you go to the hardware store and ask, it's just a 3/8 inch eye bolt with a wing nut on the end. Okay, let's get the bars put on this thing. Boom. Boom, check out these golden grips. They don't match the gold on the scooter exactly, but it's pretty close. Got the Mini Motors iThrottle display here with the new Eco Turbo and single dual buttons that are more water resistant and clicky. I do wish they lit up though when they were activated. That'll be next, I think. Yeah, we've got to loosen these 4 bolts, put the bars in the hole there in the clamp, and then tighten the 4 bolts back up. Okay, we've got the scooter out of the box and set up. One thing I forgot to do on the folding latch here, make sure that when the latch is in place, you push this red safety clip in over 90 degrees or 180 degrees so that this latch can't pull up while you're riding. I'm gonna go through every single Allen bolt on this thing and apply Loctite to the ones that are really loose and then just snug up all the ones that I can find otherwise. There's a couple ones that I know are gonna be loose, like I suspect this one, these 2 under here, and the brake mounts will probably be loose. I might super glue the rubber grommets on the end, and I'm gonna put the handlebars on like I described to you earlier, and then I'm gonna get this thing on the trail, which is where it belongs. Okay, here's a pro tip for those of you putting scooters together. Get a drill, and then get the appropriate size drill bit for Allen keys that you're looking to tighten or loosen, and just use a drill. You don't need to do it by hand every single time. This one, it looks like on the handlebars here, it's a size 5. Yeah, you can just put the size 5 bit into your drill, like so. Tighten it up in there, and then you can use the drill to loosen them and tighten them. Much faster than doing it by hand. I really wish Kaabo would up their game with the metals that they use. All the bolts strip really easily, and I actually heard a couple of reports of the fork on this thing cracking. Just 2 though, and they're looking into it, so I don't think it's gonna be a widespread issue. It's worth mentioning though, definitely. Okay, so we got our top clamp piece off. Just gonna throw the bars on the top there, and then I'm gonna put the clamp back on. Put the screws back in. See how much faster that was with the drill? Just wanna get them started by hand. Should put some Loctite on these if you can. I should be doing that right now. I'm just so excited. I'll do it later when it's dark out and I can't ride the Wolf around in the trails. I need a little extension piece so I can put that on. You'll put that in the end of the drill. And then you put your bit in the end of the extension piece. I'm gonna tighten this back on. Okay, while you guys have your number 6 out and you're tightening these, the other number 6 screws that you should check on the scooter are these 2 at the top of the fork. There's 2 at each of the fork braces along the way down, so there's 6 in the front. There's 1 holding the headlight area right in the back here, and there are 2 holding each brake mount on that I recommend you tighten right out of the box. You probably don't want to tighten these if your brakes are in working order, because if you do, it'll throw it off so that the brake scrapes. But just leave those as they are for now, unless they are dramatically loose. There are also these 2 behind the headlight here. You might need to use a actual Allen wrench to reach them, but you want to tighten those down after you get the headlights lined up and pointed where you want them. And this other one back here on the kickstand is also number 6. So go ahead and tighten those number 6s up while you have the number 6 out. Save yourself some time. You want to tighten them kitty corner. So you go this one, 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 this one. You don't want to tighten one side and then the other side all the way down. Then you strip the screws out. They might go in crooked, you can crack things. So you just want to do a little bit on each one all the way around. Okay, our bars are on. These grips, I forgot how tiny the stock Wolf Warrior grips are. If you got big hands like me, I'm a huge dude. I'm like 6'1.5", 6'2", and these grips feel a little small to me, even though they have the palm extension. It's not as big as the Phaeton or the 011X scooter or the VSET 11 Plus. These ones are a little chintzier. And I found a pair of grips that I really love. They're actually called Wolf grips too, which is weird, but I'll link them in the description. I've got a huge, they're like big, fatty, cushiony mountain bike grips that you can use. And they slide on here and they work really great. So they prevent hand fatigue when you're ripping around on this thing and gripping really hard off-road. So your throttle controller is likely going to be loose, and that's intentional. They loosen it for shipping. So we're just going to go ahead and tighten these two Allen screws here, and that is tightened, that is tightened. I'll go through and make sure all those are tight on the front forks. Tighten up this thing, throw it on the charger for an hour or so and make sure that it's near full charge, and then take it out on the trails. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'm so excited. This is an electronic tire pump. If you don't have one, you should definitely get one. I'll link it in the description below, but you can carry it around in your backpack and they're rechargeable. You just screw these on here. You don't even need a valve extension like you do with normal tire pumps. And you set the PSI you want, push the button, and it'll pump your tires up for you magically. So definitely check these out. I'll go ahead and do that on these tires now. We should definitely congratulate Voro Motors on trying to pump my tires up before they gave me the scooter, but they sent it to me at 85 PSI. I didn't even know these could hold that. So we're gonna reduce that so the tire doesn't explode. Yeah, that's definitely max, higher than 50 by far. It blew way out to 50. So we're gonna lower this. I just confirmed that my digital tire pump is not faulty. I was thinking maybe that's why I popped the tire on the Highway Pro and the Mantis Pro SE. Maybe this thing is faulty, but I don't think so. I'll check it again with the analog gauge when I'm done pumping. How about that? Okay, so true to my word, like I said I was gonna do, I've got some just like silicone gluey type stuff. You can use clear silicone, black, white, whatever you want, or it can just be super glue, but put some in the inside of the cap here. Make sure your logo is facing upright, and then just pop it on the lug over here, and then it won't come off. Because when you're riding and you get really extreme, these things pop off, and that's kind of annoying. All right, you guys, Ginger on wheels, here we go. It's the first test on the Kaabo Wolf Warrior King. Oh man, it's crazy. It's springtime, it's time to ride. Woohoo! Oh my God, I missed my Wolf. Yes! Yes! The Wolf Warrior King! The Wolf is back! Woohoo! Ready? Oh man, I missed it. It's magical, it's amazing. It's everything I wanted it to be and more. People are looking at me like I'm crazy because I am. Oh my God, that was so much fun. Oh yes. Oh my gosh, I miss this thing so much. I've been riding so many other devices. It's hard to find time. It's a first world problem, I know, but wow. It's the 11X drivetrain in a Wolf Warrior body. It's like Freaky Friday. Oh, it's amazing. If you guys watched my first Wolf Warrior review, the thing I said at the very end of the video, I wish this thing came with the 72 volt system with 1500 watt motors.
I would love to see a 72 volt version of the Wolf with 1600 watt motors in the future, but for now, this pure insanity will do.
Well, guess what they did? That's what I'm riding right now. It's so amazing. The suspension, I swear they did something to the front. It feels different than mine does. It might just be because mine has got 3,000 miles on it, but it feels smoother. You probably see a lot of cars and a lot of people, right? We're not going there. We're going Wolf Warrior style today. We're going here.
Okay, so for the rest of the video, I was riding off-road in really low light, and the GoPro did not like it at all. So if you're the kind of person who's sensitive to motion sickness, you might want to skip towards the end of the video now because the rest of the video is really bumpy.
Oh baby, the Wolf Warrior King. Riding for a while now, and the brakes and throttle were pointed a little too far up. Hurting my wrist, kind of cramping it, so I'm pointing more farther down now. Should help. Important reminder to bring your tools with you. It's your first ride. Got my Jimmy Chang Allen wrench set. By the way, he's been putting out some awesome content lately. Go check out Jimmy Chang and the Got Scooter content if you haven't already. They've got the Bronco scooter and that thing looks so fast. Let's see if this jump is still here. I used to ride these trails when I was a kid on my mountain bike every day with my friend Scott. And it looks like it might still be there. We used to go down this on our mountain bikes, and there's a huge jump at the end of this. It's just a tree log now. What do you think? Should we hit it? I think I'm gonna try it. I hope I don't break the wolf right off the bat. That'd be traumatic. Let's give it a whirl. Okay, let's try this jump. There we go, ascending Wolf King. Oh, yes! Nailed it. Oh, wow, that was fun. The woods are still calling my name, so I'm gonna go ride. So I've had a lot of questions on previous videos about what's with my on-off throttle style. Usually I'm just full throttle or no throttle. And it's because there really is no predictable middle ground yet, for scooters anyway, that I've found. It's more like an on-off type situation on every scooter. You can tone back the acceleration and the total output, but you can never really tone back exactly where the throttle kicks in and how much power it assembles for you. Did you hear that? It did it again. Is that my... Oh, you know what that is? I think it's my rear fender hitting the bottom of the metal. I think it's my fender making that noise. Okay, this thing has leagues more power than the 60-volt scooter. This thing is amazing for off-roading. I could never really jive with the 011X off-road because it's just too big, it's too cumbersome. I don't know if this scooter weighs less, but it's definitely more nimble. It's got a shorter wheelbase. It's just easier to turn. I don't know. This is so amazing. This is the best off-road scooter, period. I'm saying it. If you're in the market for an off-road scooter, I really don't want to say it, but I would skip the Wolf Warrior and just go for the King. I see no reason why you would go for the Wolf Warrior over the King. Okay, hear me out. I hear the argument from people who say, well, I just don't need the extra speed or torque. The Wolf Warrior is plenty. But you're getting a big, huge scooter because you're gonna ride it a lot, right? And if you're gonna ride it a lot, you're gonna get better and you're gonna want more power and speed. Wouldn't you rather have it when you need it? All right, I've got 30% battery left. I know there's some more trails through here. And there's one really hardcore section where when we were kids and we used to mountain bike it, we used to call it the Big Dipper because it's just this huge crater of a jump. And we're gonna see if it's still there. Oh, they put up a sign. Caution, steep hill ahead. I might be too scared to go down that on a scooter, actually. I'm pretty wild for a ginger, but I do have my limits, and that looks insane. I would do it on a uni. I'm curious though, do you think the wolf would make it up the other side of that? That is a heck of a hill. Huh. Okay, screw it, let's do it. Holy crap! Woo! It's like a roller coaster. At the bottom there, it actually like pushes you down into the bottom of the scooter. You have to actually use your back and legs to stay standing up. That is crazy. There's another one on this side. Let's see if this one's just as bad. Or good? That was fun. Oh, holy crap! Oh. Woo! Made it up. That never gets old. Yeah, the torque is insane. For off-roading though, I would definitely recommend the off-road tires. I said that with the Wolf Warrior, it didn't really matter if you had the road or the off-road unless you were in leaves or mud, because the torque just wasn't there. It couldn't really slip out in a lot of situations, but this Wolf King will peel out at every situation that you give it gas. So off-road tires, highly recommended if you're going off-road.
Nice! Nailed it!
Nailed it. Oh man. You can get a real, actual, genuine workout off-roading on these things. Sun's going down, so it might be kind of shaky, but let's see if we can get some nice fast lines through here. Kaabo Wolf King is the best scooter in the world. It's a Kaabo Wolf, and it's a king, and it's the best one in the world. All these poor suckers playing soccer and lacrosse. Get a scooter, way more fun. But team sports build character. I don't care, get a scooter. My throttle's flashing, you see that? I've had a few people ask me about that over the days, and that means you're low battery. It means that when you're accounting for voltage sag, chances are you're moving when that's happening, that the scooter is about to cut out. So either switch it into single if you aren't already, or just ease off the gas a little bit. The slower you go, the less power you'll use and the farther you'll make it. You guys, if you want to buy a scooter, buy the Kaabo Wolf King. If you don't have to worry about lugging this thing upstairs, or even if you do have a few stairs like I do, I'd still get this scooter. Save up that extra paycheck. Do what you gotta do to make the Wolf King happen. It is so phenomenal. You gotta keep in mind the kind of rider I am though. I'm the rider who can't get enough. I want more, I want bigger, better power. I want off-roading abilities. I want huge burly fenders and headlights that look like spotlights. But if you're like me, the Wolf Warrior King is for you. Okay, you guys, well, that's gonna sum up my first impressions ride on the Kaabo Wolf Warrior King. I think we all knew this was gonna be the most phenomenal scooter I've ever tested, and it was, hands down. Off-roading, if you're gonna off-road your scooter and you're a big guy and you wanna go hardcore, get the Wolf Warrior King. Thank you so much, Voro Motors, for sending me this, by the way. Go check it out on their website if you haven't already. They're a phenomenal retailer for scooters. And you get 50 bucks off if you use the code GingerKaabo. The only complaints that I've heard about this scooter are maybe the bars are a little narrow, and guess what? That makes it easier to get in between tight obstacles when you're off-roading. There were a few times back there where I would have clipped the edges of my bars off-roading on some trees when I was going by, so This is the perfect width for bars. It's got the security of the double forks, the amazing headlights, the motorcycle style suspension. I'm gonna have to tighten up the folding mechanism. It loosened a little bit on my first ride, but hey, you gotta tighten up nuts and bolts on some scooters. This scooter though, out of the box, is the best scooter I've ever ridden, so take that for what it's worth. Ginger on Wheels, over and out.